Welcome to Night Ember, where we ignite your spirit when the world feels dark. I never believed in ghosts, but I did believe in grief, the kind that sits in your chest like a stone, refusing to move. That's why, on the eve of my father's death anniversary, I sat at my desk, a glass of whiskey in one hand, a pen in the other, and wrote to him. Not in a diary, not in a journal, on an actual piece of paper, as if he could still receive it, as if he could read it. Dad, I wish you were here. I need your advice. Life's been heavy. I poured out my frustrations, my regrets, things I never said when he was alive, things I should have said. I thought of the nights he stayed up late at the kitchen table, hands clasped, waiting for me to come home. The arguments, the silences that stretched too long, the way he looked at me that last time, hopeful, expectant, before I turned away. When I was done, I folded the letter and left it on my desk. Just a foolish, sentimental act before another sleepless night. Then in the morning, I found a reply, in his handwriting. My breath caught in my throat as I stared at the paper. Son, I never left. I've been waiting. Tell me what you need. The penmanship was unmistakable. The loops, the slant, every stroke belonged to him. I ran my fingers over the ink. It wasn't printed. It wasn't typed. Someone had written this, but no one else had been in my house. My hands trembled as I picked up my pen. I don't know why I wrote back. Maybe because part of me needed to believe it was real. Who are you? I folded the letter, left it on my desk, and forced myself to sleep. The nightmares came fast. Memories of my father, but distorted. His face shifting, his voice calling my name through static. In the morning, another letter waited. You know who I am, son. Don't be afraid. Just tell me what's troubling you. I clutched the letter. It felt heavier than paper should. I don't understand. How is this possible? Another night, another letter. The same way love lingers, the same way regrets do. Some doors never truly close. The room felt smaller, the walls closer. My father had been gone for 5 years. If this was truly him, then where had he been all this time? The letters continued. Each morning, a new one. Each night, my responses. And then, one night, a question of my own. Why now? Why are you writing back now? The answer came, trembling in fresh ink. Because now, you're listening. I turned, heart hammering, but nothing was there. Not yet. Remember, even the smallest flame can push back the darkness. I should have stopped writing. I should have burned every letter. But I was desperate to believe, to have one more conversation with my father. But the letters changed. They stopped feeling like him. The words became sharper, heavier. You need to let me in. You need to open the door. I wasn't asleep when I heard it. 3 knocks at midnight. Not at my front door, not at my window. At my bedroom door. I stayed in bed, blankets pulled tight around me, breath shallow. The knocking came again, and then, "Son, open the door." My father's voice. My legs felt like lead as I rose, the air thick with something unseen. I reached for the knob, hesitating. "Let me in." But something was wrong. The voice. It was almost his. Almost. I stepped back. "You're not my father." The knocking stopped, and the letters never came again. I never wrote back, never left another letter on my desk, but sometimes I hear it. 3 knocks, at midnight. And I know, whatever wrote back to me that night is still waiting. But I won't answer. I've learned my lesson. Some things aren't meant to be rewritten. Some words are best left unsaid. Instead, I started talking to the people still here. I told my sister I missed her. I called an old friend I hadn't spoken to in years. I visited my father's grave and finally said everything I never could before. And for the first time in 5 years, I slept without nightmares. What about you? Is there something you've left unsaid? Someone you need to reach out to before it's too late? If this story resonated with you, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment below. Don't forget, Night Ember is here to keep your fire burning.